In relation to persuasive rhetorical speeches, I believe that ethos is the most important rhetorical structure that you can use to persuade and to guide your audience to success. To base down ethos, simply it is honor, trust, intelligence, and wisdom. Without those four key aspects, ethos is extremely hard to obtain and to show. Through ethos, we can see how ethos should be used in persuasive writing or in persuasive speaking, and how you should connect with your audience. Secondly, it is important to gain trust in your audience, to let them know that you can be trusted and what you're saying is entirely credible. And finally, we'll look at the difference in how a police chief versus Barack Obama uses ethos in their everyday speeches to the audience, to the public. But before we talk about Obama and his different use of ethos in rhetorical statements, let's go over how we should use ethos in these statements. Ethos is extremely important because it breaks down your beliefs. It breaks down your core and dispositional beliefs and how it is important to connect to these beliefs. Some beliefs are extremely hard to change. Core beliefs are extremely hard to change because they've always been used and the individual has had them since they were little. They've never known anything else. They might even have not thought of anything else because that's what they've always known. Dispositional beliefs are the beliefs of when someone states about the blue sky. The sky is blue. I agree with that. Some people might not. These are the changes that ethos affects. By using persuasive writing, persuasive use of ethos, you can change these thoughts and manipulate them to enhance your speaking and to connect with your audience. Which leads me into my second point of keeping that connection and holding trust out, because it is so important. If you don't have trust with your audience, ethos does not work. Ethos relies on the use of connectivity and trust. Ethos makes sure that you get with your audience, you're one with your audience, and you can show that you have the facts to back it up. You have the knowledge. Without that source, you don't have anything. Chapter 17 of Persuasive Writing and Speaking shows that without trust, credibility, and wisdom, you cannot use ethos effectively. It specifically states that without the use of connectivity and trust, ethos cannot be obtained because you have no back to your words. It's almost like you're saying only lies. Which leads me into my last point of how our everyday political figures like policemen, police chiefs, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Biden, presidents of the last 100 plus, 200 plus years have used ethos in their words to persuade and build trust with the American people. For example, in Black Panther 2018, one king was talking to the main character. He says, "A good king at heart. You are a good king at heart, but you are a good man, but you cannot be fit for a king." That is because he is a good man, he has good heart, but kings don't have this. Kings are ruthless. Kings are evil. They'll turn on things. But in the end, the main character realized that he's going to push through this and show that, yes, this is true, but that's not the case. Secondly, we can see it through police chiefs and how when they are in a crisis, in an event that needs to bring a community together, ethos is extremely useful because they connect with their audience. That is important because if you can build their trust, you can bring them closer together and provide security for the neighborhood. For say, if there is a mass car break-in throughout the neighborhood and he submits this and tells everyone, people can come together and know that this is what's been happening. We need to stick together and we need to find out who's been doing this to end it. And finally, one of the most important uses of ethos, I believe, is through the 2011 speech by Barack Obama, where he says that bin Laden has finally been killed. After 2001 9/11 attack, the U.S. was not the same. People did not get justice for their loved ones, and they needed something like closure. After the speech that Obama gave about bin Laden being killed, I believe that those people who needed that closure, needed that protection, that know that someone was at large, was finally put to rest with the speech, and with facts, with trust, with credibility, with wisdom, everything. Obama was able to bring those people who needed him the most together. Overall, looking through ethos, it is very important to know that ethos is based off credibility, wisdom, intelligence, and trust. Without these four main components, you couldn't have the basis, you couldn't have the connectivity, and finally, you could not build a closer relationship with everyone. All three of those examples are key uses of ethos and how it can be used in persuasive reading and writing, and how it is the most important persuasive rhetorical structure.